Another gift from my husband. I can sit and work. This is another squash box. Didn't realize that I had seeded so many squash this year. And when I started planting them, I realized that I had. And as you can see, look at that beautiful squash flower, which is edible, by the way. Here's another squash that has to get picked today. Okay, I have to get that off of there today. These are bush beans. Bush beans. And as you can see, the squash bug is having himself a field day, but that's okay. We'll take care of him later. These are all different types and varieties of bush beans. Okay. Over here, I forgot to show you, I've got 3 sugar baby watermelons growing in containers. And I'm going to train them up this fence, and I'll have to support the melons when they grow, but I'm growing watermelon, and I think these are 10-gallon grow pots. Wow. I've got herbs and mints growing in grow pots. Some rosemary, lavender, lemon balm, that looks like oregano. I think it was some cilantro in there. No matter how much space you have or don't have, if you've got something that will hold some dirt, you can grow food. Okay, just keep walking by. If you'll look here, I've got a whole box full of kale that is past its prime. It really needs to be picked. Same thing for collard greens. Now, the greens didn't get as big as I liked, but again, that's because of me. I planted them too close together. And as a gardener, you learn what to do and what not to do. You do your own research. You listen to other people and how they garden. And so I was just trying, let me see how these greens will grow. Now I know this year, and besides, it's way too many. As you can see, all of these are started from seeds, and this is how many greens I had when I started them in my grow room. So every year you learn something different about your garden and how to improve it. Strawberries in a pot. These strawberries, this is the 2nd year for them. And if you remember our last video, we actually picked strawberries out of these on Father's Day and made strawberry shortcakes. These are not ever-bearing strawberries, so they have finished producing fruit, but I grew them in a pot. Squash and corn in a grow bag. Okay, $100 grow bag. I've got squash, and there's corn in there somewhere, believe it or not. And a 100-gallon grow bag. I saw that little vertical grower tower, and I ordered a couple of those, and I just threw some herbs in there. They're not the best, but look, I've got herbs. Some of them survived and some of them didn't, but I've got herbs. If you look right here, and look at that little woolly worm. This is my leek container. Okay, the large ones are ones that I grew and transplanted in there, and then I actually bought some and planted them, and those are the little ones, but they need to be thinned out. See? But these here are all ready to be harvested. These leeks here are all ready to be harvested. Some old containers that I had from a previous garden experience, and I just threw some cabbages in there. You know, a lot of things, I don't like any space wasted in it. If I have any kind of container, I'll put something in it just to see if I can grow something in it. Grow bags that's got garlic leeks in it, and those are 2 years old. I planted those last season, and they came back on their own this season, and you can see 3 containers of garlic leeks, and we've been eating off of them already this year. some more containers with some herbs in it. Pineapple sage and I think that's oregano, and I got had some cilantro in here. Now this garden sage I put in one by itself because it too can become a tree in size. I learned that last year too. But all kind of, I got some thyme in here, all in 3-gallon grow pots. Another container of squash. And these are, I think, winter squash. I planted a variety of winter and summer squashes this year. And these have the support that they need. Oh, my grapevines. I have a white, a red, and a green grape planted here. And when I planted them, I just threw up a support for them. And as you can see now, they're growing everywhere. We did have clusters of grapes this year, but the frost came. When the frost came, it killed them. So next season, I'm actually going to cut these all the way down to the ground, and I'm going to build an arbor type space so that these can properly grow. When we expand the garden, we'll move the grapevines. More ground cherries, more tomatillas, and a sad little tomato that I really don't know. It actually have a tomato in it, and I'm going to pick it on today and eat it because I think that's the only one I'm going to get out of that tomato plant. But it was a straggler tomato that I had, and I threw it in a pot. I had one of my other sons help me to build this little space out. And these are just some bricks that we had from an old landscaping project. We reused and repurposed those. But I'm growing watermelons. I'm going to grow these vertical this year as well. I got some here that I'm going to train up this trellis and get some watermelons out of those. I had these are my poor little eggplants that I grew from seed, and between the frost and the beetles, yeah, you can see what's left of them. But I do have some more that I'm going to put in here. Was able to save a few of them. And I also interplanted those with beets, and you can see the beets are doing pretty good. This is the first year I actually grew beets. I tried last year a couple of times, and for some reason they just didn't work. But this year, I think we're gonna have some beets. And so that looks good. I've got a few more watermelons here that I didn't think survived, but look like they made it. So we'll see what they will do. And then I've got some cucumbers planted along this fence. I thought I had cucumbers and then I couldn't find them. So I got some more and replanted them just to be certain that I would have some cucumbers for this year. In this round tub, another one I got from TSC. You can see there's some tomatillas in there, and those are turnips, purple top turnips in there that need to be harvested. Some old containers from some flower pots I had years and years ago, and I've got lemongrass planted in these. And ta-da, my berry patch, because that's exactly what it is. I had raspberry, blackberry, and blueberries planted in here. Well, the raspberries took over. There's some blueberries under there somewhere that I've been eating. It's still produced. And you can kind of see them peeping through. You can see the blackberries are starting to get berries on them, and it looks an absolute mess, no doubt. I agree with you, and I just decided this year to leave it. I looked at it before it got this bad. I had every intention of cleaning it, and then I got busy with the other part of the garden, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to let it do what it does in the wild. When I was a child, picking blackberries in patches that look like this. And it's got wild onions growing in it and that are flowering. But I do have intentions. I'm not going to leave it. When I expand the garden, this is all coming out. And I'm going to move or replace, put it somewhere else. And I don't know, I haven't decided if I want to leave the blueberries in here, which I probably will, and move the blackberries and the raspberries somewhere else. Okay. And last but not least, I've got my vertical growers. I saw some other gardeners using these, and I had purchased one last year. Actually, I had two I had purchased last year, and I liked the way they worked. So this year, I acquired an additional 3. And my experiment is that I was growing all of these different types of peppers. And so I have sweet peppers, and then I have hot peppers, and then I have medium peppers. And so I got a grow tower for each different type of pepper. And I wanted to see how peppers would grow vertically. And as you see, they are growing, but I'm trying to figure out how to stake them, because once the fruit really start growing on them, they're going to get really heavy, and I don't want them to break as they hang off. So I've already put stuck a couple of sticks in them just to prop them up, but I've got to come up with a really good way of staking them. Now these do come with, or you can purchase additionally, stakes that go around these towers, but I thought that I didn't want to make that investment. I figured I could do it myself, so I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I use this one, and this was an extra one that I had as a replacement, so I of course use that too. I used this one to put strawberries on the bottom. And by the way, I transplanted these strawberries from those over there. I had a box of strawberries last year, and I took those that were in the box and transplanted them to this tower. So I put the tower on, the strawberries on the bottom, and lettuce from seed on the top. And so we'll see. We'll probably do some reconfiguring next year. Again, like I said, this was just an experiment. And as you can see, the first 2 towers of lettuce, and I haven't had any problems with lettuce. I eat as much lettuce as I like. And if we walk around, this is the strawberry, completely filled with strawberries, again transplanted from the box from last year. And these are ever bearing, so I'll get a few more pickings out of these before the season is over. Me and the Japanese beetles.
They love it over here.
Yes.
Oh, look at those. They're mating.
Yeah. So I have to come back. Yeah. I got rid of quite a few of them. See right there? I got rid of quite a few of them the other day. But I'll have to treat again to get rid of all of them, because I do not want them to take over. As you can see, the peppers are growing. I'm gonna see how well they do this year in these containers. And if I don't like what I see, then I'll have to put them somewhere else and put something else in that. They say you can grow anything, including corn, in these, so I don't know if I want to take that chance, because corn grows really tall, but that's what they advertise. And that's the garden. That's my little garden. I keep my dirt supplied, my dirt and bags of dirt and compost over here. And if you look way out by the wood line, I've got a little compost pile over there that I've started that I have to rethink and refigure. So this is my garden on a large scale. It started out small, And me, I don't do anything small. And besides, I saw after I had the boxes built out, I had extra space, and I didn't want to waste it. And so I started planting in pots. And so now I will collect anything. I will recycle anything that I can grow in. And if I find something at the dollar store or at another shop that's cheap container, I will get it so that I can put some food in it. It doesn't matter how much space you have on a deck, on a patio, if you've got a sunroom in your house or a porch in your house, anywhere that a plant can get some good sun, you can grow vegetables. You can grow mints, you can grow herbs, you can grow spices, you can grow a tomato. As a matter of fact, let me show you. I decided this year that I was going to grow a tomato in the greenhouse. And of course, this is a bush tomato, but I bought it, one bush tomato, and I planted it, and I said I'm going to grow tomatoes in the greenhouse this year, just to see if I can do it. Just so I can show people that you can grow plants, you can grow food anywhere. And it doesn't have to be nowhere near the size that I have. Start with a pot. Start with 2 pots. Okay? Just plant something. And I guarantee you, once you plant it, you're going to catch that garden fever. I know because a couple of my friends and some family has already done it. But you'll catch that garden fever, and you'll look next year and you'll have 3 pots on your patio or 5 pots on your patio, and you'll get interested in how to grow other foods in small spaces. Okay, so just my thing to you is just grow something that you can go out of your door or into the next room and pick and prepare for your family. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you. I hope this has inspired someone to grow some food, and we will see you next time. Have a blessed one.